Bestie. Welcome back to my channel, Tina your Tax Bestie. Yes. Today, we are going to talk about today. Oh, wait a minute, but before we start get into the tax stuff, let me give you my disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. It is not intended to provide you with any legal or tax advice. If you have any questions about your specific tax issue, please contact your tax professional. So you want to start a business, or maybe you already started a business and didn't realize it. Now that you monetize on YouTube, on TikTok, and also you may be selling things online. So you have to think of yourself as a business owner, right? You already been you want to protect your brand, right? And so now you asking the question, I'm making this money now, and I need to know, how do I set up my business? You know what I mean? So I'm about to tell you. This is general information. Again, this is general information only, okay? It's not specific to your tax situation, but I'm gonna give you general information, okay? So here it goes. So think of it like this. There are three business structures, right? Three main ones. I should say three main business structures, okay? You have a sole proprietorship, you have a partnership, and then there's a corporation. You can be incorporated, right? Okay. So now, as a sole proprietor, as the word suggests, sole proprietor, one person, right? One owner. It's a single owner. It's an easy way to set up. You don't need to get incorporated. You don't have to go to the state, anything like that. You can just use your name if you want. But if you hiring employees, right? Okay, so you're going to require an EIN number. Other than that, you don't even need an EIN number. But you may want to get one anyway, just because you are giving out your Social Security number to vendors or cash out, whatever, right? You don't want to give your Social Security number out like that, right? You know, all this stuff going on right now. So, as a sole proprietor, now the income that you earn, right, it get passed through onto your personal income tax return, right? So if you have any losses on your Schedule C, that's what you would file a Schedule C. A Schedule C is report your income from your business, okay? And that income, that you have to file a Form 1040. And depending on your income that you earn from your business, if it's $400 or more, then you'll be subject to self-employment tax, okay? So again, a sole proprietorship is the easiest one to set up, okay? Again, you do not need an EIN number, but you may want to get one because of theft that's going on, you know what I mean? And also, you may want to, if you don't want to use your name, right? You can do a business ad. So you may have to go through the state for that, for you as a sole proprietor. But other than that, it's no legal paper that you got to fill out on anything. Okay, so now we get into a partnership, right? A partnership is two or more people that you form a business with. You making money, you earning money and stuff like that, and you have to report your income. Each individual partner reports their income on their own tax return. So they might get like a Schedule K1, you know what I mean? And that information is on there. And then same as a sole proprietorship, right? That income and losses get passed through on your personal income tax, right? On your Form 1040. Now we get into a corporation. Now for a corporation, right? You have to be incorporated through your state, right? Now, the IRS looks at it like this. If you incorporate, right, by default, the IRS would look at you as a C corporation. And I'm sure you heard of a C corp, right, before. Now, I know you heard of an S corporation, right? So S corporation is something that you have to elect through the IRS. There's a form that you have to fill out, right? I'm not going to get into the weeds about S corporation because that's another time, another video. All right. So now you notice I never mentioned LLC, right? I know you heard on TikTok, get an LLC and yada yada yada, all that kind of stuff, but no one will explain to you what an LLC really is. So let me tell you what it is. An LLC is a limited liability company, see, LLC. And what it does, its sole purpose is to protect your personal asset, right? From a lawsuit against your business. So if your business is sued, they can come after your personal and take your, your house, your car, all sorts of things. So that is the reason why you do a limited liability. Now, everyone may not want to get a limited liability. There's other ways to protect your assets other than a limited liability company. Okay, so and in the IRS, there's no special form for an LLC. Okay, so remember I mentioned to you a sole proprietorship and a partnership, right? Okay, so if you doing business and you like I said, you form an LLC and just you, right, as a sole proprietor, you would be a single member LLC. Okay, now you have a partnership, it would be a multi-member LLC, okay? So that's how that works, okay? So I just need you to come back, and I need you to hit that subscribe button and then hit that bell so you know I'm coming back on. But I just want you to know my tax bestie. I just love talking everything tax, and this is so much fun. So, but I want you to know this, okay? This is one little tad bit, okay? For this, again, this is for general purposes only. This is educational purposes only. What I will say this is when you do form your business, make sure that you will have a separate business account from your personal account, because you want to be about your business, right? Okay? Because you know what it says, how that saying might go. Them taxes way too high, you gotta cut them. All right, come back and talk to you later. Thank you for being my tax bestie. See you later.